Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to y'all as the Big D. So now I bring to you a review of another holiday classic, and that would be the original Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 1966. Now this, of course, is a mainstay of my holiday cheer, and I watch it every single year. Now, although I don't seem to remember watching on network television long ago, because I finally got to kind of when I first saw on, the term networks, when TBS, TNT, and Cartoon Network were showing it. And then soon, I did see on network TV maybe a few times when it was shown on the now defunct WB network, which was reasonable. When I tried watching on ABC, I was not thrilled with it. Now, of course, it currently airs on NBC, but it's aired on all the major networks, excluding Fox and, on all three major networks, not counting the independent ones we've had, like Fox or UPN, which those never did air those, because the WB was the only independent network that showed it. CBS was the network that originally aired this special, which was animated and directed by Chuck Jones, who was a pretty big in directing lots of great cartoons, most notably some of the old Warner Bros. Cartoons and what have you. Now, and of course, he also recently directed and or produced, he most produced all of those, but only directed a few of the 60s Tom and Jerry cartoons that MGM put out, who actually produced the special. It is narrated by Boris Karloff, who you know from numerous horror flicks and what have you. And of course, this was one of his last few performances, actually. And of course, he voices the title character. Now, I'm sure a number of you people have seen this classic special, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. But you got 5 seconds to stop if you haven't seen it. Okay, here we go. Now, of course, we all see the Who's now in Whoville getting things ready for Christmas and what have you. And then, of course, we get to Karloff's narration. Now, of course, this is based on the book by Dr. Seuss. And I think this was the very first special to be based on one of his stories. But this wasn't the first time one of his things was animated, because years back, Warner Bros. Had actually done a cartoon short of Horn the Elephant in Horn Hatches the Egg, and this was before they even did the Horn Here's a Who animated special, and then years later a movie. But anyway, enough about that. Back to the Grinch. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. Yes, Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Well, please don't ask why. Nobody knows the reason. Could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight, or maybe his head wasn't screwed on just right. I think we believe that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Whatever the reason, he just stared at down from his place on Mount Crumpet, hating the Who's. He knew Christmas was coming, and he must stop this. But he knew that once Christmas morning starts, he knew those Who boys and girls would come down and start making all the noise. Yeah, I actually, now, before I get back to the story, I absolutely love the music in this, of course. When I hear the songs are good too, but most notably, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, which was performed by Thurl Ravenscroft, who, of course, was best known for being the original voice of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes mascot, Tony the Tiger. And, of course, he'd later go on to do No Dogs Allowed from the movie Snoopy Come On, the second Peanuts movie. Actually, the Grinch became the second big holiday special for the I Network, of course, following A Charlie Brown Christmas, which premiered the previous year. But anyway, and then after all that noise, they would sit down to a feast. They'll feast, and they'll feast. Sorry. They'll eat who pudding and rare who roast beast. It's like, oh, roast beast is a feast I can't stand in the least. It's one of my favorite lines. Ooh. And then soon they do something I hate most of all. Get around the Christmas tree and they'll sing. So he knew it would. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Then he sees his dog Max covered in white snow, looking like Santa Claus. And then he got an idea, an awful idea. And then with a wicked smile like this, and the Grinch is like, I know just what to do. He creates a Santa Claus hat and a coat, and with it, he looked just like Saint Nick. So he was ready. He needed reindeer, but reindeer were scarce. There was none to be found. Did that study of Grinch? Ha! If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one. So he took his dog Max, took a big horn, and black thread tied a big horn around his head. Boy, it was a slump, and the Grinch like sold off the little pointy pieces, and he makes it rise up. Well, and then soon they started zooming down Mount Crumpet to Whoville and start pinching off one house of Who's one at a time. And when as we start hearing more, more of the lines from "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." Yes, does all things. Takes the stockings, stuff in the Christmas trees, takes the foods for the feast. Yes, clean out the ice box as quick as a flash. Why that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. So, he just really is doing a mean job. When he's about to stuff up a tree, a Christmas ornament comes in to a kid's bed, and then we see little Cindy Lou Who was no more than 2. Boy, Grinch was shocked. Like, yes, like Santa Claus. Why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? Boy, yeah. Then suddenly thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, there's a light on this tree that is broken. I am taking it to my workshop. I will fix it up there and bring it back here. Yeah. And soon after getting a cup of water, sends her out to bed. And soon Grinch shoves up the tree up the chimney. Yeah. Yeah, there's a real funny rhyming line. It's like, once he stuffs all 7 bags quick and nimbly up the chimney. That's another good line. I love it. And then he kept going through more and more and more. And then taking the big Christmas tree in the center of Whoville. And soon they headed back up Mount Crumpet. And soon he's at the very top peak. And he's like, all those Whovilles will all cry boo-hoo. That's a noise I simply must hear. So he listened. But suddenly, it didn't sound sad at all to him. It sounded glad. And it was. Yes, they were all singing. The Grinch hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. And he's like, how could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. Oh boy. Yes, it came without all sorts of things. Packages, boxes, or bags. He thought for a moment, then soon his puzzle was solved. He thought, maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. It comes from inside, or something like that. So when the sleigh starts going out, and boy, he had to save all the stuff, and so he grabs onto it, holds on real tight. Then his small heart grew 3 sizes that day, and soon he had the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2. And now that he wasn't all light-hearted, no pun intended, races down Mount Crumpet and brought back everything, even the food for the feast. And in the end, he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Well, that's the end. Would I recommend it? You better believe it. This is one of the greatest Christmas specials I have loved for many years. Now, of course, CBS had aired it for 22 years, from 66 to 88. Then it was dropped, and then it got picked up by the cable networks for TBS and TNT, and then Cartoon Network when it first came out. And it was about the late 90s, I do believe, or early double zeros, and the special returned to network television for the first time on the WB network. But in 2006, it was dropped after the WB and UPN merged to become the CW, and that's when ABC picked it up and aired for nearly a decade. And as of 2015, NBC airs it. Anyway, you can check this out any way you want. You can get it on DVD. You can even get it on Blu-ray. Even I think you can even get on 4K Ultra HD even. But anyway, I absolutely loved Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's great. The story's great. The characters are absolutely good. Boris Karloff does a great job in doing the narration and the voicing of the Grinch himself. So, if you made it through this route, watch it. You were warned. Anyway, and of course, after this, there would later be a live action movie of the same name in 2000 with Jim Carrey in the title role, which I'll review that next year. And then more recently, last year, we got an animated feature just known as Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, starring the voice of Benedict Cumberbatch as the title character. Oh, yeah, and there was another Grinch special that came out years after this, and that was Halloween is Grinch Night, which came out in the late 70s, and that aired on ABC, but I've only seen maybe once or twice. And I know he also appeared in another book, but I don't think it was a special. It was called The Grinch's The Cat in the Hat, who, of course, was also created by Dr. Seuss. But enough about that. That's in the end my review of the original Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Please feel free to tell me what you thought about in the comments section. Like and subscribe to my channel and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me again soon for more holiday cheer. Now, if you would like to see some more cool stuff, you can check out some other cool vids of mine. You can check in this corner my most recent review of A Charlie Brown Christmas. And down here and right there, you can see both you can check either of my reviews of Disney's animated classic Frozen, which I reviewed not so long ago, last month. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.